Hey Gen Z, ever wondered how the tiny supercomputer in your hand was born? Do you know the shocking story behind your smartphone and how close it is to controlling your entire world? From a 2.5-pound brick phone to AI-powered smart devices, and the future is bigger than you think. Want to know where smartphones are headed next? Keep your eyes on History Hunter because the signal is just getting stronger.
The day a ring broke the silence asterisk on April 3rd, 1973. On a crowded sidewalk in Manhattan, a man in a suit stopped, reached into his hand, and did something that would quietly fracture the future. He made a phone call, not from a building, not from a car, not from a booth, not from a wire. He called from the air. That man was Martin Cooper, a senior engineer at Motorola, and the device in his hand, heavy as a brick, tall as a shoe, humming with fragile electronics, would become the ancestor of every smartphone in your pocket today. The person he called was his rival at Bell Labs, and with that single ring. The age of the mobile phone began, but the story did not start in 1973. It started with a dream. Older than electricity. Asterisk, before the signal, how humans learned to speak through SBI so long before silicon chips and glass screens. Humanity dreamed of distance collapsing, in the 1800s. When Alexander Graham Bell patented the telephone in 1876, it felt miraculous. Voices traveled through copper wires like invisible ghosts, but wires chained people to walls. Then came radio. The early 20th century saw pioneers like Guglielmo Marconi transmitting signals without physical connections. The world guessed communication no longer required a cable. During World War II, military engineers developed portable radio systems for soldiers. These walkie-talkies were clunky, heavy, unreliable, but they proved something revolutionary. Voice could travel, wirelessly. After the war. In 1947, engineers at Bell Labs proposed a bold idea: divide cities into cells, each served by its own radio tower. This was the birth of cellular theory. The idea was simple but genius. Instead of one giant tower serving everyone, many small towers would reuse frequencies efficiently. But technology was not ready. Computers were massive, batteries were weak, electronics were bulky. So the dream waited. Asterisk, the first true mobile call 1973. By the late 1960s, a competition was quietly brewing in America. AT&T and its research arm Bell Labs wanted car phones devices installed in vehicles. But Martin Cooper believed something radical: people should not be attached to cars. They should be attached to other people. His team at Motorola worked feverishly. The result? The Motorola Dynatace prototype. It weighed about 2.5 pounds. It was nearly 10 inches tall. Its battery lasted 20 minutes. Charging took 10 hours. It had no screen, no text, no camera, no apps. It only made calls. But on that April day in 1973, on 6th Avenue in New York City, the world changed. Cooper dialed his competitor at Bell Labs and calmly said, "I'm calling you from a real cellular phone." That wasn't just a call. It was a declaration Asterisk, the first commercial mobile PHONEA took another decade before the device reached consumers. In 1983, Motorola released the Motorola Dinata 8000X. Price $3,995. That's over $12,000 in today's money. Only the wealthy could afford it. Wall Street executives, Hollywood stars, business tycoons. Owning one was a symbol of power. It could store 30 contacts, battery life, 30 minutes of talk time. Weight, 2 pounds. But even limited, it did something historic. It untethered the human voice. Asterisk, the cellular revolution, 1990s. The 1990s saw the explosion. Digital cellular networks, 2G replaced analog. SMS texting emerged in 1992. Companies like Nokia, Motorola, Samsung Electronics began global competition. The Nokia 3310 became legendary, durable, reliable, nearly indestructible. People could now call, text, play, simple. Store contacts, set alarms. For the first time in history, billions of humans could carry communication in their pockets. Part 6. The smartphone era, 2007. Then came the earthquake. In 2007, Steve Jobs walked onto a stage and introduced the iPhone. It's a phone. An iPod, an internet communicator. Office marketplace. The smartphone became a digital extension of the human brain. Soon, Android emerged. Competition intensified. 4G networks enabled video streaming. Social media exploded. Mobile commerce transformed economies. America saw industries rise and fall. Uber, Instagram, TikTok. All born from the smartphone ecosystem. Asterisk, what mobile phones are? Toyota Wine 2026. Mobile phones are smartphones, foldable phones, satellite-enabled phones, gaming phones, rugged industrial devices powered by 5G networks. They include mobile banking, remote healthcare, online education in rural America. Phones connect farmers to markets. In cities, they power gig economies. Privacy became fragile. Attention became currency. Families connect across oceans. Movements organize in minutes. Elections are influenced through digital platforms. Healthcare consultations happen remotely. The device that began as a 20-minute calling machine, experts predict 6G networks with near-instant transmission. Satellite global coverage, AI. ドライブ, personal assistants, brain-computer interfaces, fully augmented reality integration. Companies like Apple Inc., Samsung Electronics. While we're investing billions into next-generation connectivity, phones may translate languages instantly, diagnose diseases, control smart cities, replace wallets entirely, or disappear entirely, replaced by wearable or implanted technology. Asterisk conclusion, the call that never, that first call in 1973 did not indict. Multiplied. Today, it is power. From a 2.5-pound brick on a Manhattan sidewalk to a supercomputer in your palm. The story of the mobile phone is the story of human. The echo of Martin Cooper's first call still travels, a reminder that the future begins with a single ring.